what's up? Jenuinelocs here. Jen, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. This video is a install on pre-made lock extensions. These are the colors that my clients have the options to choose from with their pre-made lock extensions, and the sizes. I can get them in 0.4 or a 0.8 centimeter in size, or they have the option of bringing their own hair. If you're interested in purchasing this hair from me, please contact me below and I will reach out to you because they're not available on my website yet. Now, this client today is using medium-sized locks. That was just some of the hair. I didn't count, so I'm not sure how many she has. I'm guessing she has it maybe between 70 and 80 locks. They're medium-sized. Yeah, so let's just jump right in. So basically, when you get the lock, there's like a puff at the top where the hair, where they leave it out for you. I pull some of that off if I remember. If you don't remember to pull that part off, it's totally fine. There's ways to fix it later. I'm going to show you installing 2 locks. One, I actually did forget to pull that portion off, so you'll get to see what to do in case that happens. But yeah, so I pre-section her hair and twist just at the root. And this is on dry hair, so I just wet her hair enough to get the coil, and then I split the tip of the twist into 2, her hair being the 2 arms and the lock being the 3rd arm, to create a braid. Now that little puff you see sticking out of the top is the center of the very tip of the lock extension. So I braid down about 3 or 4 times. You can go longer if her hair was longer. If you see, neat fit, but you want to braid enough down just to get it anchored to where it's tight. I know I'm out of frame because I edited this. I moved in close, but this is a 7.5 double crochet needle hook. You can go smaller. My single one, I believe, is a 0.5. This is 7.5. But you want to pull in the rest of her hair, and I wrap it and then pull it in, maybe wrap some more, and then pull it in. It's very simple. It's not a difficult process. There's multiple ways to do this, but this is just the method that I use, that I've found the most successful when I'm installing. There could be easier ways to do it, more difficult ways to do it, but this is the one that works for me. So I keep going. And I know you might be thinking, but won't you be able to see the braid? When you look at it really close, yeah, you can see the braid. But over time, her hair is going to frizz, the lock is going to frizz, and it's going to be completely covered. But this hair that I'm pulling in now from the top, I'm also going to pull that down and wrap, and it's also going to cover that little bitty portion of braid. But it's not, in no way, when you look at it, a braid and then a lock. Because the hair is so coarse and it matches her natural hair, you won't be able to see it. Now, for someone who gets these installed and they don't have a hair texture that really matches the hair texture of these locks, which these are made from the Afro Kinky bulk hair, then yeah, there may be a little issue when it comes to that. But there's other lock extensions that can be purchased, with a straighter textured hair to match my client's hair. So that's why consultations are a must, to make sure that your hair is even a good candidate for these type of lock extensions. Right now, this is the only type that I get, but my clients are more than welcome to bring their own locks. So I'm going to show you one more time, but basically what I'm doing here is just pulling the additional little frizz that's left over through. And I think I did switch to the single needle because it's easier to pull through smaller strands with the single needle. Now, this video is going to be part 1 of a 3-part series. I'm going to upload, I think, my next video. I'm going to skip over the vlogs for a couple weeks. I might vlog this upcoming weekend, I'm not sure. But next week's video is also going to be a lock extension install. It's actually a repair on wrap method lock extensions. And then the following hair video will be me, a sit down where I'm going to answer questions and give you pros and cons on both types, pre-made and wrap method, and give you the differences and the pros and cons to both. and which one I think is a better option, but it all depends on the person and the hairstyle and the person and their lifestyle. All right, so once again, you're gonna split the twist into two, and as you can see, this time I did not pull that hair out of the top, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more work. That's the only difference, is you have more work to do. So you're going to use her hair as the two legs, the lock extension as the third one, and braid down. Now I'm braiding pretty tight so that, you know, there's no slippage later on. And because I have so much of that hair left at the top, I had to wrap some of that in. And then I'm going to use my crochet needle. Now, I'm not only using the crochet needle just to pull in the frizz, but I'm also using the needle to make sure that everything is pulled in tight and secure with the braid itself. And then I wrap the frizz around and then pull. Now, when you do these, if you try this, you know, on a client or on someone else, don't worry about going all extra fast. It's not necessary. It's not going to help you. You need to be able to see that you're actually pulling hairs into the lock, because you can be moving really fast. One, stab yourself, because I've done it a million times, or you're just moving fast and you're actually taking longer because you're not really doing anything. You need to be able to see that needle and see that it's actually pulling hair in. But because I've been doing it for a while now, I can move at a decent speed. But in the beginning, don't worry about moving fast. Just make sure that your needle is actually pulling the hairs into the lock. So yeah, here I am at the top where I didn't have trouble, but it just takes a little bit longer because you want to make sure that there's no bulge right at the top. You want to make it as seamless as possible, and you'll see that it's going to be done successfully. But I just wrap. Now this motion that I'm using with my hand, this is the same motion I use after I retwist someone's hair. It's like my way of palm rolling. I use that little section in between my index finger and my thumb and my right at my hand, and I wrap the frizz around the lock. I found this gives me a tighter look than if I just palm roll it, you know, in the middle of my hands. I do both, but I make sure that I do this step first to pull that frizz in. So that's what I'm doing to help make this seamless. So yeah, if you forget to cut it, to snatch out some of that hair or to thin out the tip of the actual lock extension, is not a big deal. You're just going to have to do some work to make sure it's tight and get it in there. Now, there are other ways of doing this. This is just a method that I use. If you have any suggestions on how I could do this in an easier, more efficient way, you can drop me some tips below. I'd greatly appreciate them. But yeah, so I really appreciate you guys for clicking to watch this video. There will be more to come. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Also hit the bell so you don't miss any more uploads. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to spread love daily, because y'all know I will. And we will see you soon.